If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code Goblin for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Michael Condrey and Sledgehammer Games. They put out some more statements today talking about the future of this game, what the next event is going to look like, and some other changes, game modes and stuff they were discussing. Of course, they put out the statement a couple days ago talking about all the potential nerfs, which I already made a video about. So this video won't be really about that. I might mention it a couple times, but if you want to know about that, you can check out my previous videos. Drop a like on this thing, boys. Let's go ahead and let's smash up. Let's go for 93 likes. If you could hit that, that would be awesome. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I cover pretty much everything to do with Call of Duty World War II, overpowered guns, best class setups, gun, changes, patch updates, events, pretty much everything. And I'm having a lot of fun with this game so far. Now, in this game, I'm going to talk about things that sort of are going to be changed, or how and what I think about these changes, and some other things that I think need to be changed to make this game one of the best CODs ever. I think this game has a really good base infrastructure, but the building on top of that is where it's lacking a little bit, and if they can improve on that, I think this does have the potential to be one of the greatest CODs. Of course, there's some classic CODs which are really hard to beat, but I'm saying it could be up there with, the top boots on the ground Call of Duty games, only if these changes are made. So I'm not saying I hate the game or anything like that. Obviously, it's the game that I focus my channel on and that I play the most, but out of the Call of Duty games. But of course, this is the one that is relevant right now, and there's still changes that need to be made. So don't take this video as me hating on the game. I care about the game, so I wouldn't really hate. I would be constructive. So let's start off with some of the updates that came out today, because I know you guys probably want to get into that. The first one would be Ground War. Michael Condrey hit up Reddit. He answered some questions. Ground War 9v9. This is what they said about Ground War. Some of you have asked about the outlook for Ground War in Call of Duty World War II. The reality is that the maps built for balance, flow, and good spawns at 6v6 traditionally don't hold up well for us when playing 9v9. And this was no different from ground game in World War II. We track spawn data for every spawn on every match globally since launch, and are happy to report that our bad spawns are at a franchise historic low. Same could not be said for Ground War, with 9v9 during development teams. Basically, they were testing it during development. We consider building unique maps for Ground War like we built for our war experiences, but that just wasn't feasible during development given our other game ambitions for more multiplayer. I can't say that Ground War won't come to World War II eventually, but it's nowhere on the horizon given our current roadmap. So basically saying we're not going to get Ground War. That's what they were saying. Of course, at the end, he left it open. It could still come. You always have to do that just in case, but basically what they're saying is it's something they brag about a lot, is how good the spawn system is in this game. Of course, people like us might have a different opinion of that when, we get spawned on and get destroyed because of that or stuff like that. But that's what they say. They say they have the data, so, whatever. We'll disagree with them for that one. However, if Ground War came out, the spawns would be bad. That's what he's saying. Basically, if Ground War came out, the spawns would be bad, and that's why we can't do it. I understand, but at the same time, who cares? People who play Ground War want the crazy action. They want the bad spawns. They want MW2 Ground War, one of the most fun game modes ever. People were spawning in your arse in the back of the spawn, and it was just crazy. People knew there was going to be BS spawns. That's what you expected going into Ground War. Of course, if people want more traditional, easy spawn systems, you can go play TDM or stuff like that, where it's very, very predictable, or domination. But I think that this reason for not doing Ground War, I of course understand the mentality behind it. If they put out Ground War, the spawns are going to be garbage. People are just going to be complaining even more. But at the same time, maybe if they put it out with the disclaimer that, hey, this is just a test right now, see if you guys like it, something like that, maybe gave it a test for a weekend or a week like they've done on other Call of Duty games, I think that would be dope. But it doesn't look like Ground War is going to happen. I'm kind of upset about that, but let's be honest, we didn't really expect Ground War. If Ground War was going to be a thing, it probably would have been in the game at the launch. Next thing they said is about their next event, which is the Resistance event coming up in just a few weeks. Now, there's been a lot of talk about this, which has been, is this Resistance event just the DLC, or is there more to it? And this is what they said right now. We're working towards a massive full integrate similar to our game update on December 7th, which of course was the winter event. That should hit in the next couple of weeks and will include many of the changes requested in this subreddit and our social channels, being Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc. We're also working on the upcoming Resistance DLC 1, adding new modes and engagement events. So they're saying that in this big update, they want to work on other things that are going to be changed, and basically they want to, add different patch updates and stuff like that with this DLC event, which is basically means that it's going to be similar to the winter event and is going to contain different, well, I don't know, I'm just assuming different DLC weaponry. Now, let's talk about this, okay? This game, these statements that came out today are nothing very surprising. No ground war, and we have an event coming up. Now, my thing is with the events, those are good. Hopefully, these DLC weapons are good and are attainable very easily like they were the last time. I think they did that perfect. I don't think that needs to be changed. Now, getting into more stuff that needs to actually be changed about this game, and this is the talk that they had the other day, and the talk about the FG42 possibly getting a bigger buff, the M1 Garand possibly getting a nerf, and the STG getting a buff. And a lot of people have been vocal about this, and I kind of agree. This game, and I feel like this is a statement that I'm going to make that Call of Duty's been doing for years now. They cater so much to competitive players and the competitive scene because, of course, that is a big market for them. But I would assume casual players and the average people like us that just hop on our PS4s or Xboxes or computers and play this game are the millions of people who buy and support the game every single year. And it is kind of frustrating when these changes, they're thinking about nerfing the M1 Garand because in pro play at close range, it does too much. When in reality, in casual play, that gun is pretty weak right now. And it does seem like all the changes they are making in this game are catered around competitive play. The bar, the FG42, the M1 Garand, they're always focused around these top weapons in the game, which is good, and I understand the balance in competitive play. But what I think needs to be changed in World War II, and this is what would make the game a lot better for the casual experience. Of course, the maps, we're getting a map pack, so more maps are coming. The current maps are, half of them are really good, half of them are really, poor. Not half, I'd say 1/3 of them are really poor. 2/3 are decent, and 1/3 is exceptional. Of course, that's breaking it down. Of course, those numbers don't really add up. But I'm saying that you have 4 or 5 really great maps. You have two average ones and 2 bad ones. We could say something like that. That's just in my opinion. I play Domination. I know in other game modes it's not as good, but a DLC is coming up, so new maps are coming out now. I really do think that what would make this game, the changes that need to happen to this game, is if they were to take this game and focus not so much on just the top weapons, which of course still need to be focused on for competitive play and even for casual play, but made some changes to make the gun balance a lot better. For example, snipers in this game. You can only use the Kar 98K. That's just a fact. Like, that's of course you can use the other ones. If you're trying to do well, there's only one option. Shotgun. I've been a big fan of the shotgun. It's only the combat shotgun. The other ones are useless. If you're using them, you're at a severe disadvantage. And it's it's similar with most of the semi-automatic assault rifles. SMG probably has the best balance in the class, as you can pretty much use any of them and do decently. But really on those semi-automatic rifles, shotguns, and sniper rifles, they need to focus on bringing up those weapons, because if you look at the best Call of Duty games, they are the games that have the most amount of weapons or kill streaks that you could use and do well with. When in this game, it's focused around that competitive core. That's why I think they did a minimal amount of maps, because competitive is only going to play on a minimal amount of maps anyway. So they kind of, screwed the multiplayer fans over with that one. And now with this gun balance, it's like you have 3 shotguns sitting that are really, really bad. In hardcore they're decent, but shotguns are not made for hardcore. They're made for that one-shot kill. Same with the snipers, and of course you have the one in each class, the Kar 98K, which is really good, the combat shotgun, which is pretty good also, and now they're thinking about nerfing the Kar 98K, which makes sense, and I'm cool with that. But if you nerf the Kar 98K, you gotta buff the other snipers, and I'm not even a sniping player. I'm just trying to speak for what they, I'd assume they would want. Same with me. I am a shotgun player, not fully, but I love shotguns. When I fell in love with the combat shotgun, I tested the other ones out, and I played, a couple times with them, and they weren't very good, and then I went straight back to the combat shotgun. The SMGs, pretty good balance all around. You can make some slight tweaks, but that's not what I would focus on right now. Get those guns that are way down at the bottom. It's not hard to look at the numbers and see those guns are bad. Just make simple adjustments. Maybe increase the damage range. Maybe increase the reload speed. It doesn't take big adjustments, and I think if those changes happened, that would make this game so much more enjoyable. If you saw people having fun with semi-automatic weapons, or using, some sort of a different shotgun, or a different Enfield sniper if it's scoped in a little bit faster. These are minimal changes that will make the game a whole lot better. Same with the kill streaks. Kill streak balance has just been completely ignored. That needs to be worked on. And I'll throw in one last tidbit here at the end. 100 points in Dom. I don't think that's going to happen, but why not just say it anyway? Make it 75 points at least. You know, what I've come to terms with that. It's 50. Of course, I'm just going to say that because I know a lot of you guys in the comments are going to be vocal about that. I love this game, and I don't think it's really hard to balance out a lot of these guns, especially if they have all the statistics that they say they do, which I do believe that. It wouldn't take too long to balance some of these weapons. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think should be changed about Call of Duty World War II. The game has a great core. It's really fun to play. The engagements, getting kills in this game are really rewarding, but buffing those kill streaks, fixing a lot of the weapons that are at the bottom to the top, and keeping that top line balance, and this Call of Duty could be a really good one. You know, one that if this DLC seasons keep updating and are really strong, this could be one of the better CODs in my opinion in recent history. Of course, those classic ones are always held up on a pedestal, and I love those ones as well. When I played those, you know, I was a lot younger, I was newer to Call of Duty, so those have a special place to me. But I think that these changes would make this game very enjoyable for a lot of people. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like on this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Sub for a cookie and don't lookie. And I'm out. Peace.